Well, hi there. Welcome to BSF Recovery Team. I'm going to admit to you that we were slacking a little bit on some of the things that we promised to get done to the wrecker before we started using it this spring. If you remember, back when we put on the new Yankum synthetic winch cable, we just strung it on there under hand tension. And I said that as soon as the weather gets nice, we would have to re-spool it under tension. And well, we didn't get that done. We started out on our adventures. We went to Easter Jeep Safari. We went up to the Iron Range for the spring convention. There we go. And we even went down to Trollhagen for some work weekends. Well, we're down here at Trollhagen getting ready for the Memorial Weekend event. To get some work done before the big memorial event put on by the Minnesota Go Four Wheelers. That's coming up the end of May here now. Speaking of which, the big memorial event at Dresser, Wisconsin is huge on Memorial Weekend. There's a truck pull on Friday night, there's a monster truck show on Saturday along with some off-road racing, and there's a rock race on Sunday. There's also camping and trail rides. It's open to spectators, so if you're in the area, don't miss out. Memorial Weekend, Dresser, Wisconsin, Trollhagen Ski Area, Minnesota Go Four Wheelers, total off-road rally. But anyway, we had a bunch of storms come through recently, so we got to go do some trail cleanup. Looks like they're doing some work on the racetrack here.
We're at Trollhagen for Workers Weekend, and Eric is running a big machine.
Well, taking out our first load of firewood. We did a little work in the woods with the track hoe. There's a lot more to do. If you want to know more about that event, check out the Minnesota Go Four Wheelers website at www.memorial4x4.org. Fortunately though, we haven't had to use the front winch. So that synthetic line's just fine. We can re-spool that now under tension and everything will be fine. We'll do that in a few minutes. But what I want to show you is we did have to use the rear winch a couple of times. So this is what happens to synthetic winch line when you don't spool it under tension the very first time. So this is what happens when you use the synthetic winch line without spooling it under tension. You can see how it's kind of bunched up here and it's kind of overlapping and everything else. Similar to what happens to steel cable when you don't keep tension on it and spool it up. Fortunately, the Yankum winch line isn't really damaged. We can still spool it out and spool it up under tension and it should be just fine. So let's do that now. First thing we got to do is spool off all the cable. You want to pull up the release lever there, sweetheart? There. So you can see here on the synthetic winch line what we did to it, using it without having it spooled up under tension. If this were steel cable, that would be a real problem. Fortunately, with the Yankum synthetic winch line, it's not a real problem. As soon as we put tension on this, that'll kind of come back out. So now there's two ways that I like to do this. The first way I like to do this, we'll show you with the boom winch, and that is to winch a vehicle up to the truck. You can see my red dually way back there. So we're gonna winch that up to the truck. We're not gonna put it in park or anything. We're gonna leave it in neutral. We have a slight incline here. We'll be winching it up a slight incline up to the truck. That should put enough tension on it and it should spool up real nice that way. We leave 3 to 5 wraps on the drum always before we start putting any real tension on it. That way we don't pull it out of the drum. So it's under some tension and it's spooling on the drum real nice. There, with the lower wraps now evenly wound under tension, we shouldn't have any problem with the rope slipping down in between the wraps and getting pinched. The other easy way I found to do this is to actually winch your own vehicle slightly uphill to a tree, with it in neutral, of course. So let's do that for the front winch. want to take the tree protector and the Yankum soft shackle and hook us up to that tree way up there? Okay, we got a couple of wraps still on our drum here, and we're hooked up to our tree. We're gonna put the truck in neutral and winch ourselves up the hill. Because this one's an electric winch, we can't do it all at once. We gotta stop and let it cool down a little bit. Unlike the boom winch, which is hydraulic, has a 100% duty cycle. We can do that one all in one shot. But that also gives us a chance to stop and take a look and see how the rope is spooling up. It went across real good, nice and tight. Now we got to start back the other way. So what we want to do is we want to steer the truck a little bit in the direction that it's wrapping, so it kind of pulls the rope to one side. There we go, spooled up nice under tension. The Yankum rope should be trouble-free now for us for years. I also wanted to show you this very unique flare head that Yankum rope sells, specifically with a secure point to loop the end of the winch rope over to keep it out of harm's way. It doesn't go underneath the bumper attached to anything to keep it tight. Keeps it tight all within itself, so it doesn't get messed up when you hit your bumper on some rocks. We all know that happens. If you want to get any Yankum products yourself, use the promo code BSF. There's a link in the description. Yankum soft shackles, Yankum winch rope, and the Yankum rope itself. We haven't had a chance to test this one real good yet, but with our upcoming event, Memorial Weekend, and all the rain that we've been having, I'm sure we'll give it a good workout. Thanks for watching, BSF Recovery Team. Keep wheeling, be safe out there, and maybe we'll see you on the trails.